Students, today we will discuss uh, binary fuzzy relation and then fuzzy relation on fuzzy sets. So let us start. So binary fuzzy relation. First we will understood this through an example. Suppose A is a friend of B. So here we have a very crisp definition. A is a friend of B. That is why this is a crisp relation. But if we add a word close, so A is a close friend of B. This is a fuzzy relation because we don't know about the closeness, how much close this they are to each other. That's why this is a fuzzy relation. This is a very crisp relation. This is a fuzzy relation due to this closeness. So what is the definition? Let X and Y subset of R set of real numbers be the universal sets. Then the fuzzy set R given by R is equals to XY with membership mu R XY. So now we are having basically in a relation, we are having elements of this form XY and the membership of these elements in the set or in the relation, where XY is nothing but this is an element in the Cartesian product of capital X and capital Y. Fine. So now this is again basically a fuzzy set with members XY type and their membership values in the R. So this is called a fuzzy relation on the product space X and Y. This is the universal set. Fine. So this R is also called a fuzzy relation between X and Y and written as RXY. So this is a fuzzy relation. Let us take an example. First we are taking the continuous case, then we will discuss the discrete case. So suppose X and Y is equal to R, set of real numbers, and this relation R is defined as X considerably larger than Y. So this is the relation between X and Y, that X is considerably larger than Y. Then R can be given by mu R XY. This will be 0 if X is less than equal to Y, because what is the relation? X is considerably larger than Y. So whenever X is less than Y, then obviously the membership value will be 0 and hence 0 when X is less than equal to Y. When X is greater than Y, then obviously we have some value. So whenever X increases, we have certain value. Okay, and this value is given by this membership function 1 upon 1 plus X minus Y minus raised to the power minus 2. You may also define this in a very different manner. So this is one of the way. Suppose we have taken this membership value. When you plot this, then you will get this type of pattern. When your X, this line at this line, if you put X is equal to Y here, then we are getting 1 upon 1 plus X equal to Y means 0. So 1 over 1, so value will be 1. When now X increases, because Y is fixed here, but X increases, then you will see that this membership value decreases slowly. Fine. Now another way is, suppose this you are choosing this membership function, X is less than equal to Y, 0. Between Y and 20Y, if your X varies in between Y and 20Y, then membership value is X minus Y divided by 19Y. That means at X equal to Y, here at X is equal to Y, here we have 0. I think this should be less than, strictly less than, and this should be greater than. Now this is fine. So similarly here, when X is less than equal to Y, then the membership will be 0. So here we have 0. And when x is in between these two, y and 20y, then membership value can be evaluated with the help of this. So this is y, x is equal to y, and this is 20y. So in between these, membership value increases, and after 20y the membership value is 1. So this is this. So this is the relation. In one example, membership decreases, in another one increases. So we can define in various ways. Now we will discuss the discrete case. Let x is, suppose x1, x2, x3. X has 3 members. Similarly, y has 4 members, y1, y2, y3, y4. Again, we are considering the same. X is considerably larger than y. Then R can be given by here. R can be given by this table. R is a relation. So here we have taken the x, elements of x, x1, x2, x3. Here we are taking the elements of y1, y2, y3, y4. And the relation is x is considerably larger than y. This is the relation. So when here x1, when you compare x1 and y1, because we don't know x1 and y1, but when compared, then we have seen that x1 is greater than y1 or larger than y1 80%. That means 0.8. Similarly here x1 is greater than y2 100%. x1 is greater than y3, say 10%. So that's why 0.1. x1 is greater than y4 70%, so 0.7. Similarly, when you compare x2 and y2, this is 0. That means x2 is actually less than y1. That's why this is 0. When you compare x2 and y2, so we have get 0.8. x2 and y3 0 0. That means x2 is less than y3 and y4. That's why 0 0. Similarly for x3, 0.9, 1, 0.7 and 0.8. So this matrix is called membership matrix of R or relational matrix. This matrix is written as this. Fine. So this relation can also be plotted through a sagittal diagram. Sagittal diagram, here we have taken the elements of x, x1, x2, x3 and denoted by these circles. Similarly in here we are taking y, elements of y, y1, y2, y3, y4 and again we are taking circles. Now we can connect x1 with y1, y2, y3 and y4 and the degree is written on these connection. For example, when x1 is connected with y1, so we have 0.8. So 0.8 is written on this line, above this line. Similarly, x1 and y2, 100% 1. So 1 is written here. And so on. Similarly, when you connect x2 and y1, so we are having 0. So there is no need to draw the line because 0 is there. x2, y2, 80%. So just connect x2 and y2 and write down this 80%. But x2 is connected with y3 with 0 and similarly for y4 0. So there is no need to draw the line this x2 to y3 and x2 to y4. Okay, so this is called the sagittal diagram. Similarly, you can construct for x3 y1, x3 y2, x3 y3, x3 y4. Fine. So this is called the sagittal diagram. Now the fuzzy relation on fuzzy sets. So let x and y subset of R be universal sets and A and B be two fuzzy sets defined on x and y respectively. That is, A is a fuzzy set with member and membership as this x mu ax, where x belongs to x. Similarly, B is another fuzzy set y mu b y belongs to y. And let R be a relation on x and y given by this. This is the fuzzy relation on x and y, where then R is said to be a fuzzy relation on A and B. Here you can see, here R is defined as a fuzzy relation on x and y. However, here we are saying that R is said to be a fuzzy relation on A and B. This is the difference. Here we are having x cross y, here we have a and b. Okay, so this is called this if and only if this condition holds. That means mu r xy is less than equal to minimum of mu ax, mu by for all xy belongs to x cross y. If this condition holds, then this relation is actually called as fuzzy relation on A and B. Fine. So this is the condition. Let's see an example. So let a fuzzy relation on x cross y be given by this matrix x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, y4, and this is the membership values. And A on x and B on y be given by this. This is the fuzzy sets. A is x1 with 0.4, x2 with 0.7, x3 with 0.8. Similarly, fuzzy set B is defined as y at 0.2, y1, y2 has 0.8, y3 0.6, and y4 1. So examine whether R is a fuzzy relation on A and B. Fine. So R is basically this is a fuzzy relation on x cross y. Now we have to check whether this R is a fuzzy relation on A and B or not. So since R is not a fuzzy relation on A and B, as why? Because if R is a fuzzy relation, then this condition should hold by R. Mu R xy should be less than equal to minimum of mu ax, mu by. But this is not satisfied by any pair. For example, if you are taking x1 y1 pair, so mu r x1 y1 should be less than equal to minimum of mu ax, mu by1. That means minimum of what is mu ax1 according to this 0.4. So 0.4. Mu by1 is 0.2, and the minimum is 0.2. But if you compare mu r x1 y1 according to this, the value is 0.4. So 0.4 is not less than 0.2. So which is not possible. So if at least a pair available which does not satisfy this condition, then we can say that R is not a fuzzy relation on A and B. So at least we have a pair x1 y1 which does not satisfy this condition. Hence we can say that R is not a fuzzy relation on A and B. If R satisfies this condition for every pair, then we can say that R is a fuzzy relation on A and B. Okay, so I think you understand the concept of fuzzy relation on fuzzy sets. Now, inverse fuzzy relation. Inverse fuzzy relation. The inverse fuzzy relation of Rxy is a fuzzy relation denoted by R inverse Yx. Here we have xy, here we have Yx. They are interchanged. Okay, and the definition is given by that mu R inverse Yx is nothing but mu R xy. So the membership value of Yx in R inverse is exactly same as the membership value of xy, and this is valid for all x belongs to x and y belongs to y. The matrix representing R inverse will be the transpose of the matrix because they are interchanged. You can see. So basically, if R is given to you, for example, this just transpose this matrix and you will get R inverse. This is the only difference. Okay, so this is called the inverse relation. Now we have basically two more operations on R. One is the union and another one is the intersection. So first is these are the standard operations on R. So let us start with union. So let R and Z be the fuzzy relations on the same product space x and y. This is important. Whenever you are taking union and intersection, the product space should be same. X, for example, here we are having xy. So R is defined on xy, Z is also defined on xy. So they are having common product space. Fine. So suppose R and Z be two fuzzy relation on the same product space x and y, then the union of R and Z is denoted by R union Z is a fuzzy relation on x and y given by the membership function mu R union Z xy, which is nothing but the maximum of mu R xy and mu Z xy, and this is valid for all xy belongs to x cross y. So basically in union we are taking the maximum membership value of pair XY from R or XY in Z. Just take the and allot this to the R union Z fuzzy relation. Okay. Similarly, here we have the intersection. In intersection, basically we are having minimum. So suppose R and Z be the fuzzy relation on the same product space X cross Y, then the intersection of R and Z is denoted by R intersection Z is a fuzzy relation on X cross Y given by a mu R intersection Z XY, which is minimum of mu R XY, mu Z XY for all XY belongs to X cross Y. So in intersection we will take minimum, and in union we will take the maximum. Okay, so this is the fuzzy relation. So this is all about the fuzzy relation. Now in the next video we will discuss about the projection. Okay, fine. So okay, thank you.